Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is actually part 2 of my video series Curly Hair for Beginners. So these are videos I made to show the actual steps that I took to get on a healthier hair journey with my curls. So video 1 I suggest you take a look at shows 4 things that I stopped doing that really helped to improve the health of my hair. This video in part 2 we're going to be discussing the 4 things that I actually implemented in my routine that really made a huge difference. So let's get into it. So the first step that I took on my curly hair journey was actually to get my hair cut by a curly hair specialist. These people are specifically trained to be able to cut curly hair to shape it in such a way that your curls will be able to fall nice and natural looking. Sometimes if you go to someone who is not specifically certified to cut curly hair, they might do the curls a little bit more blunt. You might get more of that like Christmas tree look, which I'm sure all of us have had at some point or another. I know as a kid I definitely got that haircut. So getting an actual Diva curl specialist or Rizzo cut specialist, they're going to be able to cut your curls in such a way to give it a really nice shape. And getting your hair cut and trimmed from the very beginning, especially if you do have damage like I did, I had a lot of heat damage, or if you have a lot of color damage as well, you really want to make sure you get those ends cut because the split ends can actually work their way up your hair shaft and cause even more damage. So you want to make sure just get the unhealthy hair cut off, even if you do it little by little, just so that you can really be able to encourage healthy hair growth. So the second step that I took was getting a simple routine of hair products and sticking to them. I know it's a lot of fun to try all the different curly hair products that are on the market, and especially it seems like every year we're just getting more and more to choose from. However, in the very beginning of my journey, I just needed to have a few really good products that I knew I could consistently use over and over again that were specifically for curly hair. So they didn't have sulfates or any of those harsh chemicals. I didn't have to worry about that. So it made it a lot easier. It kind of took the thinking process out of it for me because they were specifically for curly hair to keep that moisture and protein balance. So if you're interested, you can check out my Instagram. It's at JizzyMonique, where I have a number of reviews on different curly hair products that have worked for me so that you can be able to find exactly what it is you want to incorporate in your simple curly hair routine. I will say for me in the very beginning, I made it really, really easy on myself and I stuck to one line. So I used all of these different stylers. They are from Not Your Mother's. They're called the Curl Talk line. I learned about these originally, I believe, from Bianca Renee Today, and she's very specific about the ingredients she uses in her products. So if she approved them, I felt like they were probably a good place to start. So this is the Curl Talk cream, the defining cream. So I would use a little bit of this product first, and then I have the gel, which I would use over this product. And then lastly, I would scrunch in with my Not Your Mother's Curl Talk gel, mousse, sorry. The mousse was really, really good. So these 3 styling products were really what I stuck to for many months, and I feel that I was able to get really good results, and even with the drugstore products, so I would definitely recommend them. So the third thing that I did after I got my simple lineup of curly hair products to choose from, I started watching some videos on different techniques to applying the products. I'm sure you've heard of raking, scrunching, roping. There's so many different ways that you can apply products to your hair. So I'm going to show a few video clips now of the different ways that I personally use for my curls. And I feel that the way you apply the products really does make a difference in terms of how bouncy your curls will be. You want to be able to get volume, but you also want to make sure that you get definition and a nice frizz-free look. So here are some of the methods that are my favorites that I still use today. Okay, so to start with, I used a quarter size amount of the Curlsmith Hold Me Softly Style Balm, and you can see that I'm raking it through my curls. Then I use my wet brush, and I use that to just smooth in all of the products. This helps with frizz and just making sure the product gets through all of the hair. Now I'm using my Not Your Mother's Curl Talk Sculpting Gel, and I'm using the praying hands method where you put both of your hands together and smooth it over my hair. Next, I'm using my Cake the Curl Whip Mousse, and I'm scrunching that all into my hair. This is typically the sort of cocktail method that I like to use my products, so cream, gel, then mousse. Next, I am styling my curls just in the front to define them a bit more by finger coiling. This is just one method of finger coiling that I found works for me. So after I get that curl nice and tight, I let it loose, and then I will scrunch that in with the rest of my curls so they kind of all mesh together. Next, after I've styled all my products, I make sure that I use a microfiber towel and remove that excess water. After everything is dry, I've diffused, you're going to have a nice cast to your hair from that gel. It's going to be kind of crunchy. Make sure that you scrunch out that cast. So I start from the bottom, underneath. Then I move around to the sides of my hair, gently shaking at the roots. And that's it, voila, end product. So the fourth and final step I wanted to mention in this video is make sure that you deep condition once a week. This is not a step to be skipped. As I mentioned in the first part of this video series, curly hair is prone to dryness. So we have to make sure we are constantly adding back in that moisture, and the best way to do that is with a nice thick moisturizing deep conditioner. So make sure you do it once a week. Like I mentioned, I do have a video showing all of my curly hair favorite products right now, and there are actually 3 hair masks in there that I highly recommend. So you can use any one of those, all from different price ranges, but just make sure that you do not skip out on this step. So those are all the steps I wanted to share on this Curly Hair for Beginners series. I hope you enjoyed it. These are the actual steps that I really did take over the past year and a half to really transform the health of my hair. So I try to keep it simple. I hope that it's something that you guys will be able to follow as well. And as I mentioned in my last series video, I am going to list all of these steps on a picture on my Instagram so that you can easily screenshot it and refer back to the different steps. So make sure you're following me on Instagram at Jizzy Monique, and I will see you in my next video.